Hi, so in this video, I just wanted to show one of my Python projects. So this project is a recreation of the game Snake, which I'm sure a lot of people know about. So I was just going to quickly run through the code and see how it actually works. So I'll just start. We've got this main file, and then I've got a class set up for the food, a class set up for the scoreboard, and one for the snake as well. So I'll just run through the main script here, and I'll just refer to these as we go along. So yeah, I guess at the start of the script, as always, we're bringing in all the classes that are created: the food, snake, and scoreboard. We're importing the time module and also the turtle module as well, because I'm using the turtle graphics for a lot of this. So we've got that screen set up. That's just to create the screen, which is 600 by 600. And then yeah, then we've set our classes here: snake, food, scoreboard, and then we've got these the movement controls. So this obviously, as you can probably tell by looking at it, it sets up the movement of the snake. So I've set the keys up, down, left, right to be tied to these functions up, down, left, right. So if we go over to the snake, we'll see those functions inside there. This is then up, down, left, right. Yeah, so basically what's happening here is that it's taking the snake index at 0, so which is the snake head, and it's just saying that if the heading is 0, so it's heading in, let's say it's going right, then if you push up, then the body's going to turn left 90 degrees. If the snake body's heading, if the heading is going in 180, so say it's traveling left, and you push up, then it's going to turn right 90 degrees. And that's the same for all these as well. So that's that bit. I guess while I'm here, I just want to show what happens, I guess, when it initializes. So when we initialize the game, it creates this empty list called snake body, and then it runs this function create snake. And that's just saying for position and starting positions, we want to add a segment. So we got these starting positions at the top set up as each segment of the snake is 20 by 20 in units. So we've got 3 positions here. So it's going to create one segment and one segment 20 units back, and another segment 40 units back. So it's 3 units in length. I mean, it's 3 segments in length when we start the game. And then yeah, that's how it works. So I'll go back to the main file now. And then so after this, we've got this, I've set this Boolean saying is alive equals true. So it's basically going to keep executing this code while this is true. So we've got this function running called snake move. So that's going to be constantly executing constantly like firing off as the game's running. And that snake move is, so the snake is going to be moving forward in the move distance, which is 20 units constantly. And it's basically saying that for the segment number in the range of the snake length, it's basically going to be finding the segment that is before itself. It's going to find the x and the y coordinate of that, and then it's going to move to that position. So each segment is following the segment ahead of it, and that's basically how it's working. That's how it's running. That's good. And then we've got this detect collision with food. So we're saying if the snake head distance to the food is less than 15 units, we're going to run this food refresh. So if we go to the food class here, we'll see that we have this refresh function here. So basically what this is doing is when it's refreshing it, it's moving. So that piece of food is the same, I guess, piece of food as from you start the game. So basically all it's going to be doing is moving it to a random location. We're using a random integer here. So we're moving it to a random location in the x and y coordinate within the boundaries of the screen. So our screen was 600 by 600. So it's 300 and minus 300y and 300 minus 300x. So we're basically setting the food to a random location within the screen, and it's saying go to that random location. So that's what's happening with that. So every time it goes near the food with 15 units, it's going to refresh and send it somewhere else. And then as well as that, we're doing the snake extend. So we go back to the snake class. We've got this extend. So we're saying add segment. So we're finding the snake body, the end of the snake body position, and we're adding another segment to it, which is this here. So we're adding, it's another turtle object. It just adds another segment to the end, and it's appending it to that list. And then yeah, we've got the scoreboard increase score. So every time we hit the piece of food, the score is going to increase. So we'll just find out here increase score. So we have the self score, and we're going to increase it by 1 and then refresh it so that it updates the actual value. So yeah, then next we've got this detect collision with the wall. So again, if the snake if the snake head's coordinate, XY coordinate, is greater than 300 or less than, that's again the parameters of the screen, 300 by 300, then we're going to reset the scoreboard, which is we're resetting it here, and we're changing the self score back to 0. And if it's doing a check here, so it's saying if the self score, the current score, is greater than the high score, then it's going to update the high score. And then I've got this text file set up externally, so it's writing out that data to that file. So every time you start the game, it's going to bring in the current high score every time. So it's keeping a history of that. That's what's happening there. And then we're doing the snake reset. I think we looked at that already, but just have another quick look. Every time the snake resets, it was that one of the issues that was happening is that the snake segments were staying on the screen; they weren't disappearing. So one of the solutions, I guess, to solve this, it might not be the best solution, but I'm just moving that body, all the segments to that body, to this coordinate on the screen. So it's outside of the screens. It's 1000 x, 1000 y. And then yeah, so then it clears the snake body, and then it runs that create snake again, and then it's just setting the head. So the snake body list at index 0 is going to be the snake head. So it's just doing that all over again. And yeah, so this last bit here, I'm just detecting collision with itself. So basically what it's doing is it's taking the snake head distance from one of the segments in its body. If it's less than 10, then it's going to do a reset, and a scoreboard reset, and a snake reset. And yeah, so that's pretty much how the game runs, and that's all I want to show in this video. So thanks for watching.